You are not God. You are not God. He's God. And there's good days and there's bad days, but they're all God's days. And you can't see the future. Not one of you can. No one here knows what tomorrow will bring. Everybody wants to tell God how to do his job. God, you really missed it here, right? Worry is being afraid he's going to get it wrong, and bitterness is believing he did. So why don't you let him be God of your life? And why don't you submit fully to his counsel? In bad situations, surrender to his sovereignty. I'm not God.
If I should ask you, are you walking in faith or are you walking by sight? How would you answer that? Do you walk according to the will and purpose and plan of God for your life? Are you just walking, trusting and hoping things will turn out? God wants us to walk trusting him for every single thing. And that is, he desires that you and I walk by faith. We either walk by faith or by sight. Most people, they got to see it to believe it. And I think one of the reasons that people live out of the will of God is they're not willing to take the first step. But sometimes he'll require of us something that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If I'm going to follow the Lord, I've got to be willing to listen to him, and I've got to be willing to trust him when I don't understand it.
You have a great life in front of you, but your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. What you did back there ain't got nothing to do with what God got for you. What you did back there was learn the lessons to get you to where you are at this particular moment right here. But what God got for you, do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up, and you can turn around and get it right. Do you understand that? Do you understand that you could have had a baby out of wedlock and still be all right? Do you know that you can be divorced multiple times and still be okay? Do you understand that you cannot have a degree and still be just fine? Everybody tripping through something. Everybody, I don't care who you are, you're going through something. But if you got God, you can make it.
See, some people give up in their mind before they ever even try to see if they can do it. Don't just look at something hard and say, well, I could never do that. No, you look at something hard and you say, if God wants me to do that, I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. We have to learn how to let go of the things that are behind and let God bring us into new beginnings. God has got a new beginning for every single one of you. You can begin again.
Part of my job as a dad is to actually make sure that my children do not get everything they want when they want it. Because as we all know, a child who gets everything they want exactly when they want it will become a spoiled monster. And what is so interesting in thinking about that is how clearly I understand that when it comes to my children, and how hard a time I have understanding that when it comes to me being the child and God being my father. Why does God make us wait? We don't know all the reasons, but I know part of it is because in the waiting, he is doing something. He is changing us. He is forming us. He is teaching us endurance and faithfulness in the midst of disappointment.